It's not the kind of course where it's like party every Sunday, every Saturday. You can tell I don't party. Who parties on a Sunday? Hello, my name is Oluwatofunyonaike, but you can call me Tof, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm kind of going to be talking about the main reasons why you shouldn't do a conversion course. So this video isn't for people that are looking at doing a bachelor's or doing some kind of advanced computer science course. It's more specifically from a conversion course perspective, and from my time at university at Newcastle, it's my perspective. So I hope this video is helpful to you. Let's get into it. So I think the first real reason would be if you don't have a full year out to focus on the course. And I think immediately people might think, oh, if I can't take the time off work, or if I can't afford it, maybe I shouldn't do it. And I think those are good reasons. If you can't take a year off of work, I would do it part-time, because there are lots of part-time options that are 2 years, and my friend Jess, who's been featured on the channel, is completely smashing it, and she's doing the course part-time. So if you can't take a full year out just to dive headfirst into the course, there are alternatives. But I would also say something that might not be so obvious is if you kind of want a social year, like you want to just go out, have fun, you kind of want the uni experience again, that's when I wouldn't recommend doing the course. So when I say if you don't have the time to take a year out, I mean financially, I mean physically, but I also kind of mean mentally. So I would say if you want a year out to like party hard and do lots of social things, I don't think this is the course for you. I think there's plenty of conversion courses that potentially you could do, or masters that you could do, but I don't think this course specifically is the one for you, unless you have prior knowledge in that area. But to be fair, I know people that actually were developers abroad who have come to the UK, but because of a difference in the way of schooling and kind of just a difference in like a language barrier as well, have actually really struggled on the course. So I would say, look, if you're not ready to sit down and focus, I keep saying this, but if you're not ready to focus on the course, I don't think the course is for you. So number 2 is a little bit more of a hodgepodge. It's not nice and clean and simple, but it kind of is based on your personality type and the way you like to learn, because the way I've learned so far in this year is going to carry through into work. So I feel like if you know already that you're not that you're a very specific kind of person that likes to know things, likes to be in charge, likes a nice, neat answer, coding already isn't for you. You don't like having to do a lot of research to come to a conclusion. And I know this is a variety of jobs. I'm not trying to say that there's no jobs every job's just simple and you have an answer. But what I'm trying to say is, for example, in medicine, okay, I've got X, Y, Z, therefore it's likely this disease. Coding isn't quite like that. One analogy I just came up with is that coding is a bit like learning English. So if you're a native English speaker, but are you spoken to like someone who has a different language as their first language, they'll always come up to you and ask you a question like, why is bear and bear pronounced the same? And I mean B-E-A-R like the animal, and B-A-R-E like wearing no clothes, for example. And it's like, I don't know, I'm really sorry, it just doesn't make sense. It's just how it is. So like we have some rules, some structure, but then we also have random anomalies because it's absorbed other languages over time. English is weird, and I would say coding is the same. Sometimes things make sense, sometimes things just don't. And like over time you can learn things that actually at the beginning you thought were odd and weird, you slowly understand them over time, and some things just never make sense. So it's just what it is. You can understand where it's come from, but it's not like bam, bish bash bosh, that's obvious. So I would say if you like being in charge, if you like knowing exactly what's going to happen when, if you don't like to change, then this role isn't for you. And I'm not trying to sit here and say like those qualities are bad, because there's a lot of people that don't like change, and there's a lot of people that want a profession that's quite direct, that you go through steps. For example, being a project manager in a waterfall environment, that's the perfect qualities to have. You have your steps, you follow them. But if you're a bit more rigid, you're a bit less fluid, if you want a bit more guidance rather than being basically told to figure it out as you go, then coding, or at least this course, probably isn't for you. So the last point I want to make, and this links back to a video, a 3-month update that I did with my friends George and Jess on the course, where we kind of spoke about how to prepare for the course. And in preparation, we said you should code, you should understand if you like coding. Well, let me just reiterate that. I would say a good 60 to 75% of the course is coding, at least my course. I imagine most courses are the same. But there's Java, there's web development, there's SQL, all of it is code. So just make sure you like it before doing it. So Jess knew she had to do it for her job, so she wasn't doing it because she wanted to make money, for example. She was doing it because she wants to know more about web development, and she wants to link it to a job that she already enjoys, and she wants to be able to find enjoyment in coding. George had done coding modules on his undergraduate degree, so he already knew he liked it. Me, for example, I had worked with developers. I really wanted to understand more and know more, because whenever they spoke about it, it was always really interesting to me. So just make sure you're really actually interested in it, because I've spoken to a few people that do the course that are kind of just dragging themselves through it because they thought they would like it. They initially started and joined it because they thought they could get good money. And let me just tell you right now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be paid well. I mean, we all want to get paid well, but if we're going to be working for the rest of our lives, you want to make sure it's something that you're interested in. Or at least find aspects on the course that you want to do that you know you'll be interested in, even if it's not necessarily the coding. Because I know there's elements of software development where you don't have to be a developer. You could be a technical project manager, you could be a business analyst. You don't necessarily have to be a developer. But I would be very careful about doing this course and not knowing if you like coding or not. You really want to practice first, maybe do a short online course, and just understand that this whole problem solving aspect is something that you want and that you want to be a part of. Just check those things, because you don't want to get here and spend £12,000 on a course and then spend more on living fees and then realise you hate it. Because what you could have actually done is go use your undergraduate degree, get a job somewhere else, and then figure it out, and then maybe do a different conversion course or a different master's that you were really interested in and do really well in. So basically, I just don't want people to jump into something because they can make a lot of money and then realise they hate it. Do what you're interested in. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. I really hope this helps people. Give me more ideas for videos, but I'm just trying to churn out content that helps people that want to go into developing, that may not have initially decided they want to be a developer, and they're now thinking of conversion courses. So I hope this helps, and have a lovely day.